So it's a little noisy because my neighbor is mowing, but I have a treat to show you. Let's go look at the chickens. Hey, Lolly. Lolly stays out because he's been fighting. He's the one who sleeps in the house with me. That's Lolly. Here, Lolly, want some cheese? Yeah. Okay. This is Razzle, Millie, Fleur, Pickles, Poppy, my favorite rooster, and the two twins are, the two gray twins there are Pebbles and Goose. Now, they've all got those bald spots on their backs are because that's from a rooster mounting them. And I need to either sew or buy them some chicken saddles, which are little like sewn cloth chicken things, chicken jackets that protects their backs. But here is where the magic just happened. Let's see if you can see. So back there, this black one back here, who's molting, that's Joan. She's a little silky frizzle mix, and she'll look better when she gets her feathers back. She went into brooding, which is a hormonal thing, thinking she's going to be a mom anytime soon. And then Lulu, who's sensitive to go into brooding at all times, went into brooding with her. So I went through the eggs that they were sitting on, marked the ones I thought were fertilized, and then I've been collecting the others every day. And today, look what happened. Let's reach under here. Oh, just 1 second. I have to be very, very gentle. Look at this. Look at this little black baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, little sweetie. Oh my goodness, you're getting bigger every hour. Here you go. Is she not cute? Is she not cute? I hope it's a she. Please be a she. Now she's got the the feathers on the feet, which make her part silky, but both of these women are part silky. She hatched from a little egg that is either hers or hers, but the egg was so tiny that I think it's hers. So I think she's Joan's baby. The father would be Poppy. Okay guys, you guys take it easy. They're sitting on about 4 more eggs. I don't know if any more will hatch. But their father, hi Lolly, it's time for you to go to bed soon. Their father's back there, that one right there. That's Poppy. He's my baby. He's a big teddy bear. He is a frizzle. He's called a frizzle, which is just the type of feathers he has. The breed is some sort of bantam, probably a Cochin or something. But isn't he beautiful? Yep, he's the daddy. That one there, the one that looks terrible, he has a genetic disorder. Somebody somewhere is breeding frizzles with frizzles, like Poppy with a female that looks just like him. You can't do that because then you come out with frazzles, which are this. But as long as I keep his what happens is their feathers are very brittle. They break. They can be very painful. They don't grow very big. He's tiny. They have big hearts and large hearts, and they don't have very long lives. But if you keep them a diet high in protein, they can sometimes live for a while comfortably, and he gets certain vitamins and protein, so he is actually pretty comfortable right now. He lets me know when he's not, but his tail, his feathers just break. There's Pickles. She's my biggest hen and lays giant dark brown eggs. Pebbles, and this one down here, Goose. See, if I need to get them chicken saddles for their back, and then the rooster's claws won't tear up their feathers. Those two lay gigantic eggs, huge eggs, and double yolkers often. And then there's little Millie or Fleur. Those are my tiny, tiny chicks, hens. And it could be that the baby is one of their eggs too. We'll have to wait and see as it grows up. And that's all my chickens, right, Lolly? I know he looks like he wants in, but he wants in because he wants to fight. He's been fighting nonstop. So I probably will be investing in another system like this. This is just the coop itself is almost $1,000, and then this size of an expandable run. These are expandable. I can keep expanding it for as long as I want to, but it's hard to. I guess I could expand the run longer and then buy another coop and then put a separator up, but I don't see as how that would save me any money. So I think I'll just get his own coop and his own run, and and I'll move Lulu in with him because they're the same breed of chicken, and they'll have a good time. He might get Joan too. She's awfully little and she gets scared by these big hens in there. But that's my chicken setup, and the baby is right back there. So fingers crossed. This is the most dangerous time for the baby. It's got to get strong enough and not get crushed or pecked on by the other hens. So about 50% of my babies make it past this stage and grow up to be big chickens. So let's hope it works out for this little baby, and hopefully we'll have at least another one hatch, so he'll have a buddy. But he'll have 2 moms. I had 2 hens do this before, and both of them raised the baby, and it was a really sweet baby. He was a rooster. That was Elvis. Elvis had 2 moms. He now lives with a friend, a family, a farm just a couple plots over. He lives on a farm, and he's happy. So, yep, that's them. So fingers crossed about the baby. All right, let's see what I did this for completed pages for May. Lolly, it's time to go to bed. Well, hello there. Hey, you. It's me, Candice, Sister Minh Bao, and this is Happy Catastrophe. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today, I want to show you all of the pages I did in May, and I feel like I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I did get a lot done. It's just I had so many ambitions for Mermay, and I set myself up, and then I got some new pretty books, and I just got sidetracked, but I do have some fun stuff to show you. So, and stuff that wasn't on my plans, So let's look and see what I did. I hope your May was fantastic. Mermay is always fun. One thing I didn't do this month was any mythographics. Ooh, look how shiny my skin is. You know what I did is I haven't been very well this spring, and so I haven't been able to get a garden in, but my property is organic, and I wild harvest things that grow naturally, and this year mullein has appeared. Last year was the year of wild lettuce. I had a lot of wild lettuce. I learned how to use it, and now I have mullein growing in amongst the wild lettuce. Now, both of those are pain relievers, but mullein also helps a lot with skin issues, and I have skin issues. So tonight I made a balm. Yeah, I used some coconut oil, almond oil, olive oil, beeswax for the base, and then I sort of slow cook on low heat all the herbs, and I used plantain, which I know sounds like the banana. That little banana is also called a plantain, but plantain that grows wild around here is a medicinal herb. It's good for skin issues. If you're ever out in the wild, you can chew it and then take the wet, goopy stuff you just chewed and put it on bug bites or cuts or something. It tastes terrible. You can do that with wild lettuce as well.
So there's wild lettuce in it, there's plantain, and then mullein. And then I put some lavender in there for some soothing, and a little bit of dandelion, because dandelion's great in everything. And I'm going to try it on my skin. It's also supposed to be a pain reliever, so we'll see how that works. I did make a balm one time that relieved pain, but I didn't write down what I put in it, and I gave it away, and now people want it again, and I don't know how I made it. So I learned my lesson. So now when I make things, I write it down. Like my wild lettuce, I dry that and sell it as a tea, and people that drink it say it relieves their pain. And I have one customer who had back surgery, and he was buying boxes and boxes of it, and finally I just gave him the last of last season's a big bag for free, and told him that was all I would have until the next season. So he's really looking forward to some wild lettuce. So I know you guys like to hear stories about the cabin. I'm sorry I just put it in right here all of a sudden. My brain's a little womp, 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 womp. You know when you watch Snoopy and then the adults all talk like that? Womp, 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 womp. That's my brain right now. So this might be weird, but we will get back to the pages. Okay. So that's in a long story. That's why my skin is so shiny right now, is I have, when you make balm, you get to also use it a lot. And I was trying to get the consistency right. So here is one thing I did not do was any mythographics and mythogorias. And those are my focus books for this year. So this month, 0. So to date, I'm still at 17 since January. So January, February, March, April, May, 5 months, I've done 17 mythographics or mythogorias. And I'm doing a lot in June, so that'll help. I actually had 19 completed pages. So still a lot of completed pages. 2 were PDFs. Is that correct? We'll see. Of the untouched books, it looks like 8 out of those 19 pages were untouched. I did 7 buddies. I did 3 color by numbers. And I did 2 sticker stories. So let's get started with all that. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so first let's look at a couple of things that I meant to finish, but I didn't quite get finished. So these are whips. This is Dark Fairies by Tabreth, and this is a phenomenal book. Great paper, single-sided, and the artwork is fantastic. I'm in a group that picks one of these a month, and the one we picked was Song of the Siren in honor of Mermay. I've not finished it, obviously. I need to put a bookmark on that because I actually forgot I didn't finish it until I was looking at my notes to get ready for this video. So yeah, this is alcohol marker, and that's it. So she will be finished in alcohol marker and then with pencil or whatever I want to shade on top. But these pages are great for alcohol marker. I thought I had done, but this was April. I was like, oh, I finished May's. Nope, I did not. That's May's. All right, so that's Dark Fairies, and that's going to be finished in June. And the other one, another one that I really wanted to finish, I thought I had till the end of June. I don't know, I'm a little confused. This is a buddy. There's a group of us. I think it was an April-May page, but I still have not finished it. So this one, I'm shooting for the end of June. It's a double page. I'm writing notes of what I used. This is Hemi Gouache. And I really wanted to get into my giant set of Hemi Gouache, and so I did. So that's all gouache that I'm starting with. It's going to be kind of, painterly looking, you know. Oops. Got you a corner. Painterly looking, water, you know, it's gouache, so it's not quite like, watercolor. But it will be, watercolor like? And then there were some things I was starting not to like that was getting kind of lost in the details. So I started going back with some different items, some different things, and I'm going to go in. It'll all get cleaned up. But this is more of an experiment to see what gouache does in these books. I absolutely love this book. I love it without the cover on it too. It's really cool. This was a gift from Juliet at Juliet.colors, dear friend of mine. And I just love this bunny book. This will be my first pages out of it. So I think I stalled because I wasn't crazy with what I was doing with it with the gouache. And I think I need to switch directions and start using some pencils. I did draw some things in. This was all blank in the back, and they were just sort of hanging out in air, but they were on different elevations, and I didn't understand that. So I drew in this line, and I made it like it's like a step up with the ground, and then I put paneling in the back. So that's all been added just to make it, it didn't look very finished. So I did that, and then this side, I might extend that, the paneling. And anyway, there's a lot left to be done on this page, but I do love working in these books. Oh my gosh. And you will see I have some finished pages in other books like this. All right, let's get to some pages that I did do. All right, this is another one of this series of books. This is what we all call the polar bear book. I think I've written the title down somewhere. I've translated and looked at it, but I don't know if I've written it down. Well, the polar bear book, I did my first page out of this with Paula at Coloring Mom. Here's her handle. And her and I do quite a few buddies together, and we're discovering that we think we were sisters from another mother because we tend to have the same likes. And it's funny because I'll ask her about a page and she'd be like, oh, I was just looking at that. Or she'll say she's doing a page in her coloring and I'll be like, oh, I'm doing that too. It's weird. It's very, very weird. So we did this page, and let me show you Paula's. Now, this is what I really think this page should look like. It's absolutely beautiful. It's cohesive. It makes sense. The palette makes sense. You could tell what everything is. Just remember, Paula is an amazing colorist and how good this looks. And then give me some grace when you see mine. But Paula finished hers quite early in the month, and she set the bar high because that is a beautiful page. So thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. I love buddying with you. And I don't know if I would have broken into this book so quickly if you hadn't approached me about it. So let's see what I did with that page. Okay, here it is. I like it. Yeah, I like it. It was a lot of mistakes that turned into sort of happy accidents, I think. So let me bring you in just a little bit. I did a lot of gel pen. All this around here is gel pen, and I really wanted it. I started with the sunfish, and I'll tell you right now, that pink went down a lot brighter than what I thought it was going to be. So when I got the pink down, I knew I wanted it pink and gray. So when I got the pink down and it was acrylic, I thought, what if I lightened it up? Why don't I put the gray down and we'll just see how it looks? So I did the gray, and I only did one pass of it, and it's very streaky, and I left it like that because I liked it for the top of a fish. I thought that, I don't know if you can even see it because the flashy paint, but I left the streaks in it thinking that looks pretty cool. And then I thought, I got to downgrade that pink. So I got a white acrylic marker. Now I'm using the Guangna or the Tule Art for most of it because those are my best acrylic markers. But I grabbed a Languo acrylic marker, and those are really watery and transparent. I don't care for them, but I do like them when I need something transparent. And so I thought, I'll just add some white to the pink. And I'm like, how do I just cover? So I started doing a scribble, and I was like, wait a minute, that looks like stripes or maybe the water. I don't know. I think I'll do it. So I made stripes, like wiggly stripes. And then when I was done, I'm like, I don't know if that's terrible or genius. So I'm keeping it. I don't know. This isn't at all what was in my mind. So then I added a little bit more glitter and I'm like, that's good. That's my sunfish. And then I went around and did the rest with some acrylics. Now, the background I had just purchased. Let me grab it over here because I do have it. I just have to unbury it. You guys would be, or maybe you would be sympathetic. I was gonna say you'd be appalled if you saw how cluttered my cabin is right now with supplies. I've been in a coloring craze, and I'm just sitting here at my little coffee table surrounded with art supplies. And I mean surrounded. One afternoon, Lollipop came inside and wanted to like climb into my lap, and he couldn't get to me because I surrounded myself. All right, is it that one? Let me see. Jack has to pick his way through coloring books. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Or is it good? This paint, you probably can't hear me very well. I'm trying to find it. Well, it's in my paint box, but it's the Folk Art Flash paint. And this is the green flash. I have green flash and I have black flash. The black is sort of a black that flashes green. And this is a green that flashes green. And I really like it. I think this was at least 2 coats. It might have even been 3. So it was really time consuming. But it kind of fixed this crazy page, I think. It made it all very surreal. So now there's no way anybody's going to say this is realistic. And that's why I made the coral so bright. I made everything bright. And it just, I don't know, kind of makes me happy in ways. It just never looked right, so I just kept adding more stuff. I did the Language gel pen around everything, and I'm like, okay, that helps. And then I did these bubbles. That's just a Language gel pen. So it's all acrylic gel pen and acrylic markers, gel pens, and acrylic paint. That's what it is. And I love that flashy paint. It is just folk art. I just got it on one of my clients' trips to Walmart. So you can look in their paint aisle and find the folk art flash paint. It's like $3 or $4. It's one of their typical bottles. And then I just did some, this is more acrylic pen. And then I really wanted to do something with these stripes, but by then I was kind of over the page. This was so finicky, the background, that I was like, I've tortured this page enough. I need to just walk away from the polar bear book. So thank you, Paula, for buddying this with me and getting me into this book. Look how cute that opposing page is. I want to do it. I want to do every page. I mean, I actually really want to do this page. Is that crazy? All these crystals? Probably take me 6 months to do this page, but they're underground. It reminds me of the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs mine, and here's more crystals. This book is really fun. I never did a flip through or anything when I received it. I do have an opening from a Happy Mail because this also was a gift. So I just love it. Thank you so much, Paula. Now, let's show you a color by number. Because yes, I love me some color by numbers. And I worked out of probably my favorite color by number book, which is Villains. This is the Disney Villains. This is a chunky book. Very heavy, very thick, very fun. Made even chunkier because when I finish a page, I glue some cardstock over here. Paper pads that I picked up over the years. And I look for things that match. You guys have seen this book. So I do this, and then I go through my paper pads and find something that matches. So the pages are really thick. And because they have that. So I've shown you this before, and some of you started doing it as well. I love it. The problem was is when I use alcohol markers on this side, I would see them through, and that seeing the mess was bothering me. And so I just decided to do this. And that way it doesn't bother me or get in the way of me enjoying the coloring that I did on this side. So these are all Disney characters. And the way I work through this, and you guys have told me who this is. And I forgot again. Can you remind me who this is? Because he shows up later. I went through the whole book last night just thinking about what I want to do next. And he shows up again. And I don't know who he is. But when I have extra acrylic paint, like I'm working on something and I have some left, acrylic paint doesn't really keep. You can put a lid on it, but on your container and try to keep it that way. But I don't have lids. Lids just defy me and sneak out of the house somewhere. So I just go through here and find a page that needs that. Like I had this leftover blue and I painted on there. So eventually these pages all get finished. They all have a little bit done to them. But see, they're just all have little bits and pieces done until they're done. So I really enjoy this book a lot. And the one I did was for Mermay. And I don't know what that is. I used Hemi gouache and alcohol ink. Yes, alcohol ink. And Lango gel pens. And this is my favorite, one of my favorite villains. Maybe my favorite villain. No, I think my favorite one is the one that scares me the most, and that's that lady in The Rescuers. Oh, she's awful. But I did it, and then I thought she needs some bling, so I went over it, and I used the Staedtler glitter gel pens, which were a gift, and for all this, and then I used the Lango silver in the highlight, I think, or the Lango silver. This might be the Lango silver acrylic marker, which is the silver and the gold are actually good. They're the only two out of the whole set I really like. But yeah, that's my dear sweet Ursula. And then on this side, I grabbed a few things. I grabbed this paper pad, and then I found a paper pad, I think in the same pack, that had this, as free as the ocean. And this here, it's an anchor. The world is big. And there's another anchor there. You can see it flash. Yeah. So I really had a good time with this, and I was glad I got an Ursula done. I worked on another Ursula, but I haven't finished it yet. So I was looking through this, and I was trying to find, see, this is what I don't like. I don't like to see this while I'm working on this. So I like to find something that matches him. Although I usually do it at the end because I don't know what colors he's going to be yet. So I do actually look at it while I'm working on it. But I don't look at it for long. So eventually this will be a really fun book to flip through, I think. But it's going to be gigantic. I don't know if the spine will be able to hold all that, but we'll see. So that's Villains, Disney Villains, color by number. Okay, I forgot to count this one. So that means I did 20, 20 this month. And I did do the second one in Haunted High Rise. This is a series I do. Haunted High Rise, and you can find it on its own playlist on my channel. I've done 1 and 2. These are murder mysteries, and it's a voiceover of a speeded up coloring of the page while we talk about the murder mystery and try to figure out, with the clues that are given on the page and in the write-up, how it happened. So it's there and I check regularly. Hopefully nobody has spilled the beans in the comments so that you can go back anytime and watch it and try to figure it out. This was the first one we did. This is an old-fashioned murder. We did this one a few months ago. And then last month we did this one, The Vengeful Muse. So this was a lot of fun. A few of you in the comments said you did figure it out as we were going along. I thought I knew it. My first thought was wrong. And then my second thought that I thought it might be, I had a couple of ideas, was right. So this one was a lot of fun. So that was the last one we did. The next one we're doing is this one, Satan's Songbird. So this will be a lot of fun to do. And those of you that are following this series are really enjoying it. You don't have to have the book at all. You can just sit and color whatever you want and listen and glance up now and then at what I'm coloring to see if you can figure out the mystery. and that's Haunted High Rise. It's kind of mid-century mod, a bunch of fancy people with way too much expendable income living in this fancy high-rise that happens to have lots and lots of murder. It's a great book. All right, so that was the number 20 that I did. Then I got this book, and you saw me haul this. The blue book and the red book. I got this off Amazon. Yep. And I got it including shipping. I got used like new, $28 for both of them. So they were $14 a piece, which isn't cheap, I think, for a used book. But these books are hard to find. This is Dada Mao. And this is, one of them is more portraits and one of them is mythological. And I love this mythological one better because, of course, I do. They're monsters. And the one I did was this one. Now, there's a few merfolk, mermaid type creatures in this book. And there's one that has feet. And it's called it's like fish person with feet. And this is fish person with no feet is what their name means. The one with feet, though, is funny. It looks more humanoid, but it's more of a beast. It doesn't communicate well with humans and doesn't act human at all. According to this legend, this is Chinese. According to this Chinese legend, this one, which doesn't have feet, has retained more of their human side. So they're usually kinder to sailors and you can actually communicate with them. So what I did with her was the background. Oh, I put a question mark. I believe that's an oil pastels. I'm still learning how to use them. I find I'm much better with the water-soluble oil pastels because, of course, you can blend them easier then. But these were just rubbing it out and trying to get the blend. But you know, it's all right for what it is. It's water. So water is supposed to be kind of weird and textured and stuff. And then the mermaid herself, I used Hemi gouache and polychromos. So I found that the polychromos work fantastic in this book. Just love it. So her hair is all pencil because it was just really easy. Her clothing and her skin is gouache. I was really trying to get into my gouache set. And I love gouache, but I'm still learning how to use it in coloring books. And then all these little shiny stuff, that is a glaze pen, a Jelly Roll glaze pen. That's probably one of my favorites in the pack. It's like this burnt, what do you call that? It's not a burnt orange, but it's a sienna or something. And so I sort of made everything variations of that color. And then her skin kind of glows. And then I did something strange with the bubbles, which doesn't really work. I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I make the bubbles the color of her skin? I don't know. But I really like her, and I had so much fun. This went pretty quickly, actually. So yeah, that was my first page out of this book. I'm looking forward to doing more out of here. They're just, I mean, look at that. The artistry is just beautiful. I thought this was a mermaid, but he's actually Snake. And I do have flip-throughs of these two books on the channel. Yeah, beautiful book, beautiful book. All right, let's see what I did next. Okay, and then my dear, dear, dear friend Tammy at Tammy Colors 2 sent me a box of books that she was not finding any use for, and it just weren't her cup of tea. Ha, get it? Tea, Tammy, because you love tea. And she sent me this one. And I love any of the Hatchet Heroes color by numbers. So I said, sure, I'll take it. And I did the second one, actually, because they're double-sided. So, and I did this. And it's all in gel pen. So these big ones are probably Tuliart, probably. I didn't use any paint. It was all gel pen, I think. I should have used paint. In fact, I should have gone back over this with paint. But I was really just trying to get through it to see if I liked the book, to see if I liked the style and the way everything is written. As I said in a previous video, I did have trouble. No, that wasn't this book. This book, I didn't have any trouble. This book was really easy and fun. And here, oh yeah, look, what's it called? Frame part that I painted. That's the black flash that I got. It's a lot of fun. It's black but flashes green. I thought it would look good with this sunflower. And that was fun. Yeah, so I think this book is a keeper for me. And I'm going to probably, now I've learned what covers the lines and what doesn't. Pretty sure I was using the Language acrylic pens here in a lot of this because it's very see-through. You can still see the lines and the numbers. So on the next one, I will be in it to win it, and we'll use more transparent mediums and make it look even better. But it's really fun. You can tell what some of them are. Like I can see that's a snowman. But it's typical Hachette Hero paper, really good paper, and only like 10 colors per one. Let's see, 4. Yeah, 10 colors per page, so not hard at all. So this is the Colorage Mystère Nature, and it's got 100 pages, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, this one's a lot of fun. So thank you, Tammy. I love doing this. Okay. This one I'm so proud of. I'm so excited to have this done. This fantastic book is by the same author of one of my other favorite Japanese books, Korean. Sorry, this is Korean books. And this is 12 Fairy Tales. And my dear, dear friend Suzanne from the Netherlands sent this to me. And I'm having a brain fart. Suzanne, it's not Netherlands that you're... Yeah. That's right? Oh my goodness. We haven't spoken for a while. I need to check in with her. She sent me this, and I am in love with this book. So the other book of his or hers, this author, this illustrator, is Korean folk tales. So Korean fairy tales. These are well-known sort of Western-ish fairy tales reimagined in Korean way, and I love it. So we decided to team this. Now, I haven't seen her page yet, but I'm sure I will soon. Suzanne? Yes. And this is, we decided to do the very first page just to break into it. And the very first page is the Deer Hunter story. Now, this is what I did. So the deer hunter, this is a deer hunter right here. He's got a corpse of some poor animal on his shoulder. And this is the deer. She's a little magical deer. And she comes running to the woodcutter to save me, save me. She comes charging out of the bushes. He says, hide here. So he hid her. And then he told the deer hunter that he did see her and she was that way. And so he sent the deer hunter off. And he saved the little deer's life. Then, out of gratefulness, the deer told him where some maidens could be found bathing. And if he went, he could go capture one. They go bathing at this pool, and he could capture one of them by taking her robe. So he takes her robe, and he captures one of them, makes her his bride, and they have babies, and they get married. You know, this is her robe he has hidden away, but she loves him, but she's sad because basically she's held captive, and he recognizes that. And so she begs him to let her have her robe back so she can go back and visit her father one more time, I think it is, or somehow she tricks him into giving the robe back. She gets the robe, she grabs her kids. She has 3 kids, looks like 2 twins and a baby maybe, but they had 3 kids, and she leaves. She flies back home to her world up in the sky, to her family and stuff. But she's very sad because she does love him. And that's the end of the story here in this book. Then we go on to another story, but the story does continue. The story goes on to say that, you know, the woodcutter realized he had to let her go, but he was sad too. They both were sad. And then the deer came back and said, well, there's a way you can still see her. Every one of these couple special nights during the month, they lower a bucket into that magical pond again and scoop up their water. You could jump in the bucket and they could pull you up, and that's what he did. So he gets pulled up to the heavens where they live, and then it depends on who tells the story. He goes through trials and tribulations put on by the father to prove that he's worthy of the daughter and all that. But then there's also an ending that says he never sees her again. And he's so sad that he withers away and he turns into a rooster. And that's why roosters get up in the morning and crow towards the sky, because he mourned her for the rest of forever, and he became this mythical rooster that just crowed his sadness up to the sky every morning. So, you know, it's whether you want a happy ending, a heroic ending, or a sad ending. This story has it all. But these pages, isn't this artistry amazing? I mean, this is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I did this page. Now, this is a gel crayon, and it's a Tim Holtz gel crayon. They go on so smooth, and they're so easy to blend. So that's what that is. And then I have it written down. Oh, you know what? This isn't a Tim Holtz gel crayon. This is a Bible highlighter, which are just as smooth and silky as the Tim Holtz gel crayons. They're just much, much lighter. That's why it's so light. Yeah, I was going to say, wow, I thought all the yellows that I had in the gel crayons of Tim Holtz's are brighter and more opaque. Yeah, this is these Bible highlighters that you can get off of anywhere. I think I got mine off Temu when I was ordering some Lango gel pens. And they're gel crayons, but they're really, really transparent, and they just really slide. They blend out to almost nothing. So that's what made it easy to do this background. It was super fast. And I just colored it and blended it with my finger. So I've been using those for backgrounds, and I really like it. I think I also used it a little bit for, no, that's the only place I used it. So this was a Bible highlighter. What pencils did I use? I used Kuretake Gansai Tombi watercolor paints. And I believe that's all these greens. Yes, these are all Kuretake Gansai paints. Here's some paints. This is all paint. Now this is pencil. I didn't write down what I used, but I can tell you it's polychromos by the colors and the way it went down. Her skin's polychromos. So wherever I needed pencil was polys. The rest was gouache or Kuretake Gansai Tombi, acrylic paints. And then I think this is pencil as well, polychromos. So that was my first breaking into this book. I really, really like it. Now this book has lots of fun storytellers. So it has that deer hunter, but then I think this is Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah. Yeah, see, she meets the wolf. This is all Korean retelling. So the beasts are all part human as well, as Koreans do. Yeah. This is Little Red Riding Hood. Then we have, oh, this is, I don't know this one. I've translated them all, but I've forgotten. This is one I don't know. Some of these are Eastern, but not Korean. Oh, this is Sleeping Beauty. There's 3 fairies that grant wishes, but then this wicked one comes in and curses her. Yeah. Oof, look at that. And in the Korean version, he battles a giant dragon. I would really like to do this and make it just absolutely terrifying, because that is a big dragon. And then there she is sleeping, and he wakes her up. Isn't that a beautiful Korean retelling of it? This is Peter Pan. There's Skull Island. And here's the kids flying up to Skull Island. Makes it into an incense burner. That's really cool. And there's Wendy and the 2 other kids. And looks like maybe Peter Pan's feet. There's Tinkerbell, reimagined in a Korean style. Isn't that fun? This paper is awesome too. It's some of the thickest paper I have. Like, it's thicker than the Japanese books. It's thicker than Hannah Carlzon. It's thicker than Clara Markova. It is just
And it's amazingly thick, absolutely like cardstock. Like you can't even, it's very hard to push the book flat. There's Peter Pan and Wendy. I love Peter Pan, the way they've imagined him. Here's the other two kids and little Tinkerbell. Oh no, and there's the pirate. Isn't that pirate cool? He's very cool. I love the way they made him. Okay, this is Cinderella. Yeah, I believe. Here's the horse and the carriage. I think so. I think that's her, and I think this is the wicked stepmother. Wow, she's impressive. I don't think this is Cinderella, but this is because I remember reading this. And there's a reason. It's a little girl who gets cast out, and she wanders, and she has to leave her castle. And this is rain. This is fire coming down, I remember, and all these weird monsters in the lake. I can't remember what the story is. I think Cinderella's in here, though. Of course. This is Snow White. This Snow White is really cool. In fact, this has my second favorite pictures in it. That's the mother, I believe, because she's in a very fancy room, and there's a guard there. And look at all the dwarfs. They're all wearing crazy little, almost yokai-looking masks. That's Snow White. And she's cooking what looks like a rabbit. Oh. Oh no, they're carrying her. She's eating the apple. She has the apple right there. And all the dwarfs are carrying her. I love this picture so much. Now this is Little Mermaid, of course. It's under the sea. There she is. Now I had these pages slated to do for May, and I didn't get to them. But here are her sisters, and here's her wanting to be a human, wanting the feet, obsessed with shoes. They're all dividing up treasure that they found. Here is the Little Mermaid. I love the hair. And here is the prince's ship. It's a dragon ship. And then this is the one I was going to do for May. That's Ursula in The Little Mermaid. And she's having her sign her voice away. And this is part of the spell, I think. It says that this is one of the longer stories in here. Then there's a knife she was given and told that if she could have her voice back and her life back and have a soul, because in the original Little Mermaid, mermaids don't have souls when they die. Only humans do. And if she became human, she would have a soul. And so, but now the only way that she didn't marry him. The only way she could break the spell now is to kill him. And she decides not to. She flings it into the sea instead. So when she dies, and she does what mermaids do when they die, they become foam and bubbles. Yep, that's the prince. Oh, Beauty and the Beast. There's the rose. Oh, this one has a cool beast. Look at that beast. That's heinous. That's no cute, fuzzy, big guy. That's a face only a mother could love. And there's Beauty. Oh, and then, she's got spirits and stuff talking to her. And then there she is dancing with him as a king. They're going off of a cliff. That's interesting. Kind of reminds me of like the Fool's Journey. Okay. This is Alice in Wonderland. There's the rabbit. There's the Cheshire Cat. Here's the Mad Hatter. Aren't these fun? Mad Hatter's sitting on a leaf. I love it. Oh, that's not the Mad Hatter. That's the hookah smoking caterpillar. On the leaf with the caterpillar helmet on. Got a pipe in her hand. Yeah, that's the caterpillar. There's the cards. And there she is big with the rabbit really small down there. I'd forgotten Alice in Wonderland was in this one. That's the Mad Hatter, because look at that hat. That's got to be the Mad Hatter. And there's Alice. And this is their little tea party, but it just like looks like it's just her and the Mad Hatter. And here is the game they're playing, which probably isn't golf. It probably has, oh, look, they're in stands. And that isn't a flamingo. That's one of those Asian big egrets or whatever they are. And that's the Queen of Hearts. Isn't she beautiful? Can you hear Jack snoring? Yay. I don't know what that is. A tiger trying to get... I don't know what this story is. I would have to look this one up. This is like Thumbelina. Yeah. Oh, isn't that a great page with the strawberries? There's a rat or something she's hiding from. I think it's been so long since I've read that story. I can't remember what she happens. I know she flies away. A bird carries her away. Yeah, I don't remember what all this is. These are giant shoes. I'd have to read that story again. Two fairies. Little Thumbelina talking to a fairy. And then, look at that. Oh, I forgot that there was colored versions in the back. Ooh, that's so pretty. Wow. Oh, I love the colors this artist uses. Oh, look at those. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm going to use these for inspiration. Look at that. Thank you for going along this journey with me. I just decided to flip through this book again. Oh, there's the beast. See how awful. He's just terrifying. Oh, this reminds me. There's Ursula and the mermaid. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need to be... Oh, there's that strawberry page colored. I will definitely mimic this page. That is beautiful. And then here's some small things that aren't in there. Okay, I forgot to tell you something about the page that I did. Did I tell you that this is washi tape? I might have forgotten my favorite part of this whole page, that this is washi tape. So I just take, this was a thicker washi tape, looks like it's about that thick, and I just kind of take it and tape it on there and then rip it off. And then I take my sharp little tool, my little knife here, and I just trim it, careful. Careful not to go through the back side. I've gotten better at it. Plus, this is really thick paper. It would be hard. You would have to push pretty hard to go through it. So this paper is perfect for doing this sort of treatment. And that's how I did it. Now it's not fast because I kind of lift up and then kind of lift up and try to make sure I get it. And the other thing you have to do is make sure you cut all the way to the line. So, because you can fix overlaps, but you can't fix gaps. If there's a little gap, you'll see it really quickly. So I've done this treatment a lot, so this one turned out pretty good. But my first many of these all have gaps. But I don't have very many washi tapes. I lost most of them in the fire that we had out here. So I'm just slowly getting more, but I had these came out of an Archer and Olive gift, quarterly gift box. And so I thought they would probably work, sort of. So that's what I did. All right. I hope you liked that walk through this book. This is a fantastic book and it deserved a little bit extra time. All right, let me show you what I did next.
All right, this book was another gift out of that box that Tammy sent me. And of course, I love it, absolutely. This is horror coloring book. I think this is Dina Stone. I think this is. I had never seen her before. Dina Stone, yes. And when I went through this, I was like, this doesn't seem like AI, but I couldn't find her presence on social media. And I was told that she's not AI, that she does draw these. They don't look AI at all. But the one I did was a mermaid, of course, because it was Mermay. And I did this, and I really like how it turned out. I kept to a minimal palette, which I always like when I do. This has alcohol markers everywhere, everywhere. And then Languo gel pen on top, and I don't see anything else. Nope. There's not acrylic or anything. So, I mean, I don't even shade really. I mean, I made this very plain in the background. With her, I did shade, but I shade with more alcohol marker. So that's just alcohol marker on alcohol marker. My Copics. And then the shiny stuff is super, this orange here would be a super golden marker. This looks more like a Stettler glitter pen for the gold. Isn't she unreal? I love her. Her big man hands and her crazy weird face, and yeah, she's just really cool, I think. And so I just wanted to really do her justice and put her in this like murky, kelpie like. I'm not sure why I chose this bright color and didn't make it all dark, but I kind of like it. It's odd. It's not reddish like her hair. It kind of clashes with her hair, but that's all right. That's all right. And this shiny stuff in here is the Stettler gel pens, Stettler glitter pens as well. As is on her her scales. Those are just dots of it. Yeah, what do you think? I like her a lot. I think she's neat. Yeah. So that was the first one out of this book, and I love this book. I know quite a few of you had it because that's so great. Oh my God, I need to do that page. So many of you have this book because when I did flip through this and go through it, many of you commented that you had it. It's just, yeah, there's no way this is AI. You can see her hand in this. That's a Wendigo. I have to do it. Don't eat that deer. Elk. Don't eat that elk. There's just, I think that's Baba Yaga. Ah, looks like a rake. Yeah, they're just like lots of cryptids. Mothman. I love cryptids so much. Scary things under the bed. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, every page in here is fantastic. This book is worthy of being a Mythogoria. It's so good. So I love everything about this book. So thank you, Tammy. My first page out of that book. Then you were there when I opened this one. This was a gift. Let's take a moment and look at this gorgeous cover. I mean, who makes books this beautiful? Who? Nobody but her. Oh, this is a gift from my friend. I can't remember if she wanted to be kept anonymous. I can't remember. And now I received another one. And neither of the two gifters of my other Clara Makovas claim it. So someone sent me another one. And I will be showing that in another video, but it was Magical Delights. So now I have all but Tenderful Enchantments, and the one that has the there's another one. It has the kind of rainbowy looking cover, I think. But this is the one I did out of this book. I did this with a buddy. Oh, who was my buddy? Who was my buddy? Who was my buddy? Ukulele. I did quite a few Clara Markovas. And so trying to keep them all. This one. I did this with Dana from Dabbler D. Yes, we will look at her page after I show you this. this is almost all acrylics. What did I use? Anything else? Oh, it's Hemi gouache, yeah. Gouache and acrylic feel the same to me. Gouache is a little bit softer. So yeah, this is Hemi gouache. Again, I was trying to get into my gouache, and I don't have any problems experimenting in fancy books because the paper can take it. So if your experiment's gonna win, has a chance at being a good one, it's going to have a better chance. It'll be easier in a book with good paper. So I did all Hemi gouache, and I tried doing things like shading with it, and blending. And I like what did. I think this page is better than others I've done. I really gave some shading and stuff. That's all with the gouache. So what I would do is I would pull out 2 or 3 of the pots that were like an ombre of the same color. And then I would paint the thing, so I could mix it while it was still kind of wet on the page. And that worked really well, actually. That paper really held up. Nothing went through. You can kind of see that bright stuff, but that's a gel pen. That's a neon gel pen, and you can you can kind of see it. But these are basically one-sided anyway. It did crinkle a little bit, but I also wanted it to be a limited palette, and I wanted it to be really fanciful. So mostly like bright pinks and hot lime greens is what I was thinking. And then this kind of orangey corally look. And then I did this little guy. He's in a slightly different tone, but I was kind of tired of these tones. I wanted to do a purple one anyway, so he's over here. This red is the red glaze out of the Jelly Roll, just to make it, just would have a little bit of shine in it. A little shine. He's cute. And I just didn't have it in me to do the whole thing. But my partner in crime, Dana, said I should put like a quote or a sticker or something here. So I'm looking for the perfect thing to put right here. And then, yeah, and then her. And everything is Hemi gouache, except where it's obviously gel pen. So Languid gel pen in the flowers, Languid gel pen outlining everything. I at first didn't have outlines, and everything kind of smooshed together, and it was hard to see details. So then I put the outlines in, and I like it better. So I both took out and replaced the lines. I just couldn't decide. But I really had a fun time with this one, and I'm looking forward to doing others. I have started doing more pages. This month I have a couple of Clara Markova's pages I'm doing, and I'm using more pencil. And pencil with blending agents. But this book is so, oh, isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Everything Clara does. I'll tell you though, the new one I got, Magical Delights, is different than these. It's I think it was earlier, but the little fairies are different. It's just very different. I like it a lot. I've already done a page in it for June. It's already finished. And so this is why I keep getting sidetracked. I would get a beautiful gift like this, and I'd be like, immediately, I have to do a page in it. But I did pick a mermaid for Mermay. So you're seeing lots and lots of mermaids. But that was Orchard Full of Fairies. Is that not beautiful? By Clara Markova. Oh, I love these books. I lay in bed and just look through these books. Thank you, buddy. You know who you are, who bought that book for me. And now let's look at Dana's. So Dana finished hers way before I did, I think, feels like. And it's just, again, so cohesive and so well done. I could tell that she felt really comfortable with the page, or if she didn't, she did a good job faking it, because it just looks like she's done Clara before. This was my second Clara page, and I'm still just experimenting. But what she did was beautiful, and it really inspired me to keep going, because I used some slower mediums and then redid things. So that page took me a long time, and Dana just was a big encouragement for me for that. So thank you so much for being my buddy and for creating such a beautiful page. Well done, my friend. I love buddying with you, and I look forward to this month's buddy. All right. And also, I buddied this page with the gifter of this book. So I did a couple of buddies with her this month, and let's look at her page. So my two friends that did this buddy with me did such an amazing job. I feel like my page stepped it up and could really belong in this group now. Maybe my other page that I'm going to show you might be one for the records. It's a little awkward, but these guys did such an amazing job, and hers was so whimsical and beautiful and light and fun, and it just made me want to be down there with that mermaid, singing along with that ukulele. Just really a lovely page. Both of them finished before I did, so I was really inspired, really inspired by them. And thank you very much for buddying in this wonderful book that you gave me. Okay, let me show you what I did next. Okay, I also did a second page out of this book. And actually, it was the first one. So the one I just showed you was the second one. The first one out of Walterville Fairies was this one. Now, this was my very first, I call it a trial page. I used almost every type of medium I had just to see what I liked best. So over here we have gel pens, blended. We have acrylic paint. We have super golden markers. We have pencil. And that pencil would probably be, I just wrote everything. What did I use? Everything. I'm not sure what pencil this is. It's either, I don't think it's polychromos. I think I tried Prismas or the Derwent Color Soft because I was having fun with those. A lot of things I went over and changed because I didn't like it. So I'm still like on the fence. It's just kind of a vomit of colors all over the place. But there are things that I really liked, and that's kind of on purpose because I was experimenting with different things. I really liked down in here what I did, more subtle shading, and I think this is pencil, but it's been blended out with Gamsol, and I love that. I love that better than the pencil that wasn't blended. I think I tried to blend this, but whatever pencil I was using was not blending well. I tried some outlining with gel pens in lighter colors. I tried outlining in darker colors. I tried a little bit of everything. I tried some watercolor mediums on the tree, and then look at this. See, I think this is a watercolor pencil like an Albrecht Dürer that I used here, but I forgot to blend out the water here. Look at that. Looks like I didn't blend it. I just did a little bit of everything. And some things I like, some things I don't. I have found that I don't like, I'm not crazy about the Lango gel pens taking out the lines because I feel like you lose definition. I would rather put the lines in. Maybe taking out the lines worked for some things. It worked for him and for his little suit and his hat. I mean, I think it worked well for him, but it didn't work for her, and I'm not sure what the difference is. I added some texture with what looks like a glaze pen. I had some spots. I used a metallic paint here to make his cup sparkle, mostly because I tried something else I didn't like. Oh, I tried that black flash. And I thought that would be cool, and it was too dark. It didn't work. And then down here, this is the black. This is a gold. Oh, this is another flash paint I got. I can't remember what it's called. But I was really having fun playing with it. Now, see, here I took out the lines, and I like it. It works on the foliage. So maybe it depends on the amount of details that you have. You can't have things just blend together because I'm not crazy about her. But yeah, so I just experimented with lots of things. This was a buddy with my friend who bought the book for me. So I'm going to show you hers. All right, let's look at hers. Okay, I did another color by number and another one of my favorites, which is the Colorage Mystère Fantastiques. Now this is Hermie Mariez again. I love his pages, and this is that weird book that's got like chipboard on the outside of it. It's the weirdest book ever. I found this used. Did I write down where? I'm trying to write down where now. No, but I believe I got this off of Mercari. And this has got great paper again, and it's extremely intricate. You see how it's just tiny, 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 tiny. And the one I did for Mermay was this one. Isn't she pretty? She's pretty minimal colors for this book. This book can sometimes call for a lot of colors because it's so detailed. And this one, it wasn't as detailed. It was bigger swatches of color. Now you're hearing Jack chew on a bone, so. I did acrylic markers on this. And then I did Linguo. It looks like these are all acrylic markers. Where's the Linguo gel pens? You know, this outline might be a Linguo gel pen. Yeah, that's it. Now the white, I had to go over and over, and I think I finally pulled out my white Posca, because this one actually called for white. But I just think she is so pretty. I absolutely love these pages. I've done a few in here. They look like look how detailed they are. They are so detailed, and they're all like, they're not from any particular movie. They're just scenes from his head, I think. I did this one recently. You know, that's a Gorgon. She was fun. And I do them in gel pens. This was a lot of Linguo gel pens here. And acrylic markers. This is another one I did. I haven't painted around the edges of this one yet, so you can see lots of colors and lots of notes that I wrote. Yeah, and then I did one more in here that I just, yeah, this one. My sexy girl. Sexy demon girl. It's a big book. I keep banging the camera. But from hot to cool, I really like her. I just thought she was really beautiful. And I love the way it's drawn. It looks like she's see-through and glistening and made of water. So very cool. I love this book. I chose her because I knew I was looking for a mermaid, so I went through the answers in the back to find her. But most of the time I don't. Most of the time I don't know, I just grab a page. Like I have no idea what that is. Oh wait, I can see it. There's a woman. I can see it. It looks like fairy armor or something. Sometimes I can see it. But these, I mean, look how tiny they are. They're so tiny. I love them though. That's why it's mostly Linguo gel pens that I use, because I can get in there really tiny. And look at all those colors. My God, it's a good thing I have the full set. Even so, I still have sometimes a hard time getting the right colors because they call for so many. But this isn't a book everybody likes because it's so detailed, but I love details. So this is one of my favorites. And that's Colorage Mystère Fantastique. Now, I don't think you can buy it. I don't think it's in print anymore. I'm not sure. But I could only find it used. But you can find it used now and then. And it only had one page colored, which was cool. Okay, next, I have Mouse Guard. I'm in a group. Someone left a comment on my last video. It says, hey, are you in a group? Because I'm in lots of groups. I say that over and over. I'm in a group. I'm in a Mouse Guard coloring group. This book is deceptively easy to color in. I know it's like the holy grail to find it, but you can find it. I've had the most luck on eBay finding it, but it'll have to be, this has been out of print for a long time, so it has to be a used site. I've never seen it on Mercari. So I think eBay is your best chance. I would do a search for it, and then I would save that search so you get a notification, because they sell fast once they pop up. And don't pay more than $40 or $45 for it. I see them go on there for stupid amounts, but every now and then you'll see one for like 40 bucks. And that's about as low as you're probably going to get, so grab it. That's where I got this one. It was completely uncolored in. And the thing about Mouse Guard is it's so heavily grayscaled because it's a graphic novel. And a graphic novelist who does this. You can do a really great job with just watercolor pens. Of course, pencils work, pens work, but it's so fast to just put watercolor over it. That's what I like. I can't use alcohol markers because they're double-sided. But most of the ones I've done in here, like that's all watercolor pens. Most of them I've done are watercolor pens. But this one I chose to do a Himi gouache. Again, pretty sure. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that's gouache. Because I was really trying to use it this month, having a good time with it. Mouse Guard. Oh, I used a few things. Look, water-based frowny face, acrylic happy face, Languo happy face. So that does not look like acrylic marker though. I think that's gouache. Oh, I know this is an acrylic marker because I was trying to mimic a technique I'd found on accident in one of the last Mouse Guard ones where I colored in with acrylic and then I smeared it with my hand, my finger like that, and it looks like fur. It's so easy to do. Just take a color and then smear it with your finger and take a color and smear it with the finger. Now, I don't like dirty fingers, so it's all I can do to like, but it comes off easy. I just dip it in my water jar here. And I did the same with her, but it didn't turn out as well with the brown. The rest of this is Languo. This is the water-based markers, I believe, but I think I went over it again with acrylic because I did not like the water-based markers for some reason on this page. I was trying to use, what are those water-based ones that I can't stand? Every now and then I bring them out. Was it the Ohuhus? Yeah, and I just can't stand them. Water-based markers are all so radically different, and there's a lot of sets I've purchased that I really didn't like, so it's hard to find ones that are good. I know super tips are like the best, and I have super tips, but I haven't mastered that tip. That tip kind of throws me, so I'm still learning how to use it right. But this is what we did for Mother's Day for May. So we veered away from Mermaid. There was some underwater pages in here that we love, and we're going to do our next pages are underwater, but we chose this one for Mother's Day. Isn't that sweet? I just loved it. And again, really fast. I did it in one evening, a short evening even. It's just, they go really fast. There's not a lot to color when you look at it. The one we're doing, see this is that technique I did, and I just colored a little bit and smeared it, and colored a bit and smeared it, and it turned out really well. It's all an accident. This is a lot of gouache, I think, on here too, as well as acrylic. This is pencil and water-based marker. The one we're doing for the next one is a double page. This one, I love this page with the eel, and he's on a seahorse fighting the eel. Pretty sure this is the double page we decided on. So we're going to take a couple months to do it and get this wonderful, wonderful double page done. I can't wait. Very excited about it. And I am going to try water-based markers again because I do like them. Not for all this. That's going to probably be gel crayon. Or those Bible highlighters. I have a light blue. But I don't think I want it to be blue. This should be murky. This will be a lot of greens and browns, I think. I'm looking forward to it. So much fun. All right, and that's Mouse Guard by David Peterson, based on a bunch of his graphic novels. Okay. Did I do this one this month? Let's see what I did next. I finished my current opus out of Mythic World, and I think many of you have already seen it. I showed it recently, and that was this one. Yay, that was finished in May. This was a page I've always wanted to do, and I've lately been picking a double page spread that I normally what I define as my opus is a Kirby double page spread that I normally wouldn't tackle because there's something in it that's challenging. Like this, for this one, it was all the same. All the sky, all this water, all this rock. And then I pick these and take as much time as I need to get them done. And so far, I have really enjoyed doing them. My last one was the werewolf out of Mythomorphia. And this one was the Fenfolk from Scotland out of Mythic World. And I've always wanted to do this guy. Oh my God, is he not magnificent? And that side eye gets me every time he's looking at me. I did the water first, and I used a new medium that had been gifted to me, Faber-Castell. I want to say it correctly. They call it watercolor crayons. And they're like Tim Holtz gel crayons or Neocolor 2s. They work like that. Boy, Jack's really getting into that bone. Okay, 10 minutes ago he was in bed. So he just wanted to be out here with you. Anyway, I just drew, and then they're watercolor. So I'd take my brush. This is my favorite brush. And I'd put it in some water, and I just put a little bit of water on it. And I did it in various greens. I wanted to make this kind of a dark, it's a stormy type of sky I made, and I wanted to make it kind of a stormy sea. And then I just left the color of the page as the white. I didn't see any reason to go over it. I thought it was okay. And then I did the creatures. Now I wanted them to glow. So I looked for what I wanted to use. And I ended up using the Tim Holtz Distress Watercolor Crayons, which I absolutely love. So there is a lime. I think this is Twisted Citron that I use for around here. And the way I use them is sometimes I color them on and then spread them with water. A lot of times I take the pigment from the end of the crayon and then put it on. I think that's what I did for the smoother part. Wherever it looks smooth and kind of like, you know, a little bit see-through, you can see the scales. I took it from the tip of the crayon, and then wherever it's really thick is where I put the crayon on and then put it in. So they work just like Neocolors too, and I love them. They dissolve faster and smoother than Neocolors too do. They're a different composition, but they're thinner. They're not as opaque. So I use them, and I really love the color of him. He's a few different colors put together. And I just shaded with them too. There's no pencil on him. This is all different gel crayons. And then I let it dry, and then I'd put another layer of something else, a different color in different spots, and made sure I did the light colors on the edges and darker as it went in, and tried to give him some definition. I did try to make him a wee bit darker when he was underwater, but not too much. I mostly indicated underwater by the glowing. They make the water glow. And then I made them darker and less defined as they get away from us, because I really wanted him to stand out. So like that really, really light color, I don't even think I used on these. I think I used, of the trio of colors, only the two darker ones on these guys and this one. But then I went to the rocks. And what did I pull out? I started with the Ohuhu Malawa pencils, but they didn't like this paper, so I switched to Derwent Color Soft, which I have fallen in love with. And I think I said this online. It was like bread and butter. It's like they were meant to be together. They were so easy. It was like, I've never had an experience like that. So now I understand when you match the pencil to the paper. Those Derwent Color Sauce was just like, oh, wow, I'm not doing anything, and it's just coloring. I mean, it was so easy. And then I used Gamsol, my trick of dipping this in Gamsol and then blending it out. And it just was, these rocks went really fast because of that. It was like a couple of settings and I had the rocks done. It's two different browns and a black is what the rocks are. And I didn't get bored at all because of the color sauce made it just such an enjoyable journey. So then I decided, then I was left with the sky. And I didn't know what to do with the sky. And it's what stalled this page for a while. But then I was like, well, I'm going to get out the pencils again. I can't believe it. But I really wanted a mottled looking sky. And I started in with one of these purple colors and went, oops, that's not the right color. But then I just went with it. And so I had 3 colors here too. I had like a blackberry, I think it was called. And then a redder one, like a carmine red, and then black. And I also had a dark blue in there as well. And basically, I would just color, and I would color several different colors, then take the Gamsol and smear them all together. It was slow going because it's all pencil. And then I just brought some of those colors. What I would do is I would be doing this, and I just go whoop, 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 and just sort of bring some of the colors over here. And then I added black for that black. I put that black in deliberately, but the lighter, the rest of the clouds, and this is what I'm going to do for clouds now on, is intentionally color where I think there should be shadows, and then everything else, just bring the color from the sky over onto it. It was easy. I accidentally forgot to put in the light of the lighthouse before I started coloring all this. So I decided that the lighthouse's light went out. It's burnt out or something. There's lights on in the house, so they either aren't aware of it or are trying to fix it. But because the light went out, that's what allowed the monsters to come. Because the monsters were kept away by the lighthouse. But with the light burnt out, here come the monsters. And I'm not sure the people know that. So, surprise. Hope they get the light back on before the monsters reach those rocks. But this one's pretty close, so I doubt it. He's really close. And so then I just had to finish the sky. Here I was swirling to try to swirl it together, but then I got smart and just started using the Gamsol like this in straight lines. And that made the sky look streaky, made all the streaks horizontal. So it was more like a storm blowing in. It was more like wind. I don't know which way I like better. I think that way. But I really, really love how it turned out. So these are 2 of these opuses I've done, and I've loved both of how they've turned out. Now, doing this with me is one of my bestest buddies, Paula, from Coloring Mom. Now, she did this as well, and look at hers. What? It's so cool. We both had a blast doing this. We both wanted to do this page at some point, but never got around to it because it's quite daunting. And we just had a really, really good time. She finished before me, I think, and I saw hers, and I was like, oh, that's kind of where I was going to go with mine. And so then every idea I had for the Fen Folk was copying somebody's. Like, I loved Paula's idea. I saw someone, a picture on Instagram of this, and I thought, and then that was stuck in my head. So they were both just sort of stuck in my head. And that's when I decided I had to think of something I hadn't thought of before, and I came up with the glowing idea, and then just had to figure out how to do it. But Paula, this is beautiful, stunning, very frightening, terrifying, in fact. And thank you so much for buddying with me. Now, we have another one picked. Of course, me and all my silliness turned the page to look for another one and saw this and immediately started on it. So this is a whip. This is not an opus. This one doesn't fit the criteria in that this one, there's nothing in it that would challenge me to not finish it. Like, I love this. And I did all of this in one evening. So, yeah, this could finish really fast, but I made myself stop because I have other things I need to get done. This is not on anybody's plans. This is not on no list, no plans. I just started doing it one night because I've always loved this creature, the Chilean, but it's on hold for right now. But the one we're going to do is this, the Chirafe. And it is a fire lizard, a lava lizard. Now, I decided that I wanted to this one because this is another one that I've seen done. I loved it. I want to do it, but it's a lot of samey. I mean, he's made of lava rocks. He's standing on lava rocks. He has lava rocks around him. Like, wow. But I want to do him. He's cool. So I decided, okay, this fits the criteria. Let's make him one of these opuses, and I'll have forever to do it, and it'll be a lot of fun. So Paul and I were chatting online, and I mentioned that I was going to do this, and she said, hey, could I do that with you? Bug. And I in my sneaky little way, I was hoping she would offer, because that's why I was sharing it with her. I really wanted her to do it with me again, but I didn't want to, you know, ask or pressure her, because these take a lot of effort. They really do. So this is what we're doing next, and I'm so excited about it. In fact, I'll put a little piece of paper there. Really looking forward to this one. What I see in my head is what I've seen other people do, so it may end up being that. A lot of black, reds, and oranges, and yellows. But I might try making him a different color than black. We'll see. We'll see. But, so, this book is coming along. I have a few pages done in this book. That's Baba Yaga. And that's the first page I ever did. That's the monkey god guy. There's the rainbow serpent, which if it wasn't done, I would have done for Pride. But I did it another year for Pride. There's a spider lady. And I did this last year for Mermay. Or the year before. This one took forever because it's almost all pencil. I don't know what I was thinking. And that's what I've done in here. So, really excited. Thank you, Paula. We're going to get started on that one. All right, let me see what we did next. Okay, my friend, I only have a few items left. So this is Mythical Worlds, cute and cozy coloring book, and this is one of the Whirly books. Whirly Art Studio. I love these folks, these books. They're so much fun. Oh, there's Mothman. They're just different. They look like an artist drew them. These characters remind me a lot of Adventure Time. I just love them. So I did my first page out here, and that was this one. And I know I've shown you this, but I don't know what video it was. It wasn't my completed pages, but I know you've seen it. It's not my favorite page, but it was fun. Again, this is one where I threw everything at it just to see what would stick. I love the alcohol markers in it. That's definitely, I think, the way to go with this, because it's really thin Amazon paper. So alcohol markers were great. When I tried other things, I wasn't as crazy about it. I was a little tired, and I got happy with the glitter. I love the way the kelp turned out. I'm going to try to remember how I did that. It's just alcohol markers with some dotting effects, and then I used a Stettler glitter gel pen for the trunks and around the leaves, and I think that's pretty cool. Then I tried some cheap glitter glue. I don't know why I keep trying that. It's like Dollar Tree stuff, and I know other people that have tried that didn't like it either. It's very watery. And I keep meaning to throw it out, but then I don't. And then I see it and I go, oh, hey, I should try that. And it's so watery, it crinkles the page. I didn't use any water mediums, but this page is crinkled everywhere where I did that glitter glue. So then I tried, and it wasn't very thick. So then I tried adding some glittery acrylic paint that's just clear with a glitter in it to make it more glittery. And, you know, it's all right. I wanted to make it look like the mermaid was going along this magical road, and I made the rock formations behind her into crystals. I got a little heavy-handed. I think that's the problem. I made the lines thicker than they even are. And her hair, I eventually used another glitter acrylic and just started laying on glitter on glitter on glitter. I think there's ways I could have done this a little more tastefully. But in the end, it's super glittery. I think you see what I meant to do with it. But yeah, this was a May page. So I might have shown this somewhere else, but this was done in May. And this was not a buddy. I busted into this because Tammy, my friend Tammy from Tammy Colors 2 and I are going to do a page this month in it. And I just wanted to jump into it in May and do this mermaid. So now that I've practiced a bit, have some things I like, some things I don't like, I'm ready. And the page we're doing is, oh, you saw this in my June plans. That's right. We're doing this page. So Tammy and I are going to do the kitsune with the Shinto shrine. I'm really looking forward to it. As you can see, so far, it's mid-June, and I still haven't started on a lot of my buddies. This is going to be a big push towards the end, and I predict a few buddies are going to be, I may not be, July may be a catch-up month for me. But I love this book. So this is one of the, I have a few cute and cozy coloring books drawn by real people that I really like, and this is one of them. Next, I have two more things. I did not do any PDFs. I misread that. I was sloppy in my writing on my coloring plans, but I did do this. Now, this is an Eerie postcard. This came in a book. Oh, no, this is the Eerie postcard book. Yes, I have the Eerie postcard book. And I decided to pull one out and do it. So I did. I pulled this one out and did it. It was so much fun. It's so little. This is my hand. It's so little that like here's a pen. I mean, it's as tall as a pen. It's just a little postcard. And so I decided that I would just play. And there's a lot of acrylic. It's a lot of acrylic pen. There's a lot of alcohol marker. There's a lot of sparkly things. There's a lot of Lango gel pen. There's just a little bit of everything. For some reason, I made her bubbles look like eggs. Those look like eggs floating in the air, I just realized. I had a lot of fun with her, and she was all about the glitter and the bling, and I wanted to make it like really rich looking, like it's a an old study in an old mansion and underwater, and she's all above water because she's in a bathtub, and she's just hanging out blowing bubbles in this fancy house, fancy home. So I really, really liked that. It was just a lot of fun to do. I just had it sitting here, and then in between stuff or when I was thinking, I would just kind of get it. I mean, it's a mishmash of things, but yeah, I'm going to do that again. And then I got an idea from another colorist who would take small colored items and put them into bigger pages. And I'm like, there's a lot of pages I have that in books, various books that have like motifs around, but they have an empty middle. And I'm thinking, or a patterned page, and I can stick this in the middle and then just have the pattern around it like a frame. I think that would be really cool. So that's what I'm going to look for. I found a couple ideas, but I haven't spent any time seriously looking. So I'm going to find a pattern page that I can color the pattern and then put this in the middle of it. And I think that'd be really neat. So that's my Eerie postcard. And the last thing I have is the sticker stories. So let me go get them. So I did 2 this month, and one of them I did out of this book, the Landscape Collection. I thought this book would be a good idea. I got it off Temu. And it is a good idea, but it's not organized well because all of the stickers are in the front. And then you have the blanks. And then in the back, you have teeny tiny, small versions of them finished to use as references. So you're constantly flipping. So what I do lately is I've been ripping out or cutting out the sticker pages so I can have them next to me. And then I'm only doing one flip from the blank to the finished page to kind of look in there and see. But it's so small that I won't get these books again. They're just not laid out well. But I did one in here. Now I've done a few in here. My first one, these are all the sticker pages. My first one was this Wonderful Carnival. I did have a couple stickers left over that I just could not figure out where they went. These are fun, and like I've said before with sticker stories, you have to start from the very, very back thing and work your way forward because you're putting stickers on top of stickers. I make lots of mistakes, and I have to peel stickers off to put something down to put it back. But it's like a puzzle. So like if you're looking at that Ferris wheel in the middle here, you have to say like, okay, it needs to go on before this tree. But before the Ferris wheel needs to go on, this building needs to go on. But before this building needs to go on, that needs to go on. And you know, it's never ending. but it's a lot of fun. I like it. It's not easy at all. This would not be for kids. Super hard. Okay, and then I did this one too on that same day. So these were ones you've seen. This one I had a lot more fun with. Every single one of these is an individual sticker. So many stickers. Even these little things were individual stickers. Everything's a sticker. It was a lot of fun. So then this month I did this cat's camping ground. Isn't that cute? It's all these little cherry blossom trees, the two little cat angels on the rainbow bridge. And then there's just all the camping. And it looks easier, and it was, but it wasn't easy, that's for sure. I had to pull up a lot of stickers and put the other things down. Because again, it's stickers on top of stickers on top of stickers. But it was really fun. I love the singing frog. I just love everything about this. So the next one I'm doing in here will be this one. Oh, I think, did I get started on it already? No, I just pulled the sticker page out. Usually they have 2 sticker pages, so I need to check that this one's only 1, because usually each blank has 2 sticker pages. But yeah, that's what it is. So that's what they start out looking, and you put in everything else. You put in stairs, and sometimes you put in whole floors, and you put in railings and windows and doors and everything, flooring, everything, to make it look like a restaurant. This one's going to be the music restaurant, and then I have the duo learning place. This looks like a school it's going to be. And this one is, excuse me, we have a lot of pollen right now. This is another park. This is going to be a park retreat to the countryside. Here's all the finished ones. So here's the carnival that I did. Here's the store I did. Here's the camp one that I just did last month. And then let's look and see what the 3 last ones look like. Oh, wow. There's the restaurant one. Yeah, that's a lot more stickers than this. So there must be another sticker page in there that I didn't pull out. Oh, look at all the stickers in that one. That's a school. And then this one is the park. Yeah. So fun. These are fun. It's just not a very easy, not a very convenient way to do it. So I won't buy them in the book again. But the last one I did was one of my single ones. This one is from Simno. And the Simno, S-I-M-N-O, you can get these on Timo. I love these. They're pretty cheap. You can get them in packs. This is from Fun Scenery Stickers Pack. And this is the Sweethearts Room. And I like these because they stand alone like this. And I've been putting them in a portfolio. But I had a colorist reach out to me who says that they put them in scrapbooks. And they make a scrapbook page out of it. That is such a great idea. So I'm going to do that. I think that would be more fun. Stick it down to a scrapbook page and put a few more things around it, and you have a neat page that you did. And then she makes a whole scrapbook of these. So that's a great idea. This is cute. These are like little bun buns. Yeah, little bun buns. And it's all pink. And so many things to look at. There's one eating a watermelon. There's a fish tank that even has pink fish. Yeah, so many fun things. This one was a lot of fun. I really liked it. I like these better. And I have a bunch of these, but I'm starting to get to the end, so I'm going to have to order more. They keep making more. Now, I have looked on Amazon. The prices have gone up by a lot. So I'm kind of surprised. I won't be, because when I was buying them off Timo, I glanced on Amazon and they were decent. They're not now. So I wouldn't buy them from there. I'd brave one of the Chinese sites and go to Shein or AliExpress or Temu to get them. I also bought them. I bought a bunch off of a site called Sticker Therapy, trying to get, some good legit ones. Their prices have gone up. One like this is like $8. It should be only like a couple dollars. I was shocked. So the ones I have from Sticker Therapy are going to be the last ones I have. I can't pay that much for, an hour's worth of fun. So, yeah, these are fun. These are a lot of fun. And that is the last of what I did in May. So thank you. Thank you for your attention, for all my rambling. Thanks for sticking with me. I know those of you that stick clear to the end like these long videos, and it's just the way I do videos. So I'm really glad you're here. I'm glad you stuck it through. And I will be starting to add, I just give you a heads up, I've got a couple extra books lying around, and so I'm going to be adding some goodies at the end of some of these long videos for those of you that stick around to enter your name to be drawn to get sent a goodie. So I like to do that, leave a few Easter eggs here and there for you diehards. And I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep, a peaceful night's sleep. Let go of anything that's bothering you. There is nothing to be done about anything right now. Right now is just about coloring and getting yourself a good night's sleep. So tomorrow will be a great day. All right. I love you. Bye-bye.